Valentine's Day has just passed. The last time I did a Valentine's Day type video was in 2023 when I looked at the movie Goddess of Love. To be fair, you could also count the Madam Web video, but anyways, Goddess of Love was a movie that I'd never heard of. For this year's Valentine's, I decided to do it again and watch a random romance movie that I'd never heard of or watched. So this year, the movie is LOL. No, I'm not kidding. That's literally the name of the movie. It's a little funny that I found out about this movie recently because it's not like this movie even had unknown actors across the entire movie. It had Miley Cyrus, and this was before she made the Wrecking Ball music. I don't know how many of y'all ever heard of this movie, but I certainly had never heard of it. So watching this movie for the first time, it's like it's not a bad movie. Low key, I was expecting this movie to be bad. However, it's also not a great movie either. Is it a movie I'd ever go back and watch on my own choice? Now that, no. LOL is basically your average high school setting movie. You have a character named Lola who goes through the struggles with boys, and as well her mother who's overprotective of her. One positive about this movie is that the characters aren't super annoying per se. Here, I never felt like I was having to pull hairs out because of certain characters. Having said that, the acting from everyone just felt really This movie describes itself as a romance, comedy, and drama. I'll get into that shortly. One of the biggest issues to this movie is it's all over the place. Like, they try to cram in 20 different plot points into an hour-long film. Guaranteed, if you were to watch this movie with no background knowledge of the movie, you'd be confused. For anyone that wants to avoid spoilers, here's your chance to now skip to this time. Ready, go! So like I said, there's a lot going on. The movie starts off with Lola and a guy where you immediately assume this is going to be about Lola and her trouble with boys. It is, but we then introduce another boy who then she falls in love with. This time, it's with her best friend Kyle, who's also friends with this guy from the beginning. Immediately, I assume this is the focus of the movie. However, the actual main story of the movie is the relation between Lola and her mom. Already, if you got people questioning the story of this movie, it's easy to say that this movie was poor portraying its story in a clear way. But oh wait, then you got another story with this chick who has a crush on the teacher. Then this other guy who's a nerd also likes her, in which she's all like, oh no, I don't like you back, but then they fall in love in the end. Like, what? For me, this felt like a plotline where it tried to make sense, but it really lacked development throughout the movie. Everything just happened without much sense. This isn't the only time where it did happen. There's another scene between Lola and Kyle where they have tensions between their relations, and then everything just moves super quick without any development. It's like, oh, I hate you, and then 2 seconds later, oh, but I love you, I need you. There was a scene where the pair go to Paris, known as the City of Love. That was a perfect time to kind of develop that relation between Kyle and Lola. But they just decided to pace the scene out fast. All of this could have perhaps been done had they either made the movie longer or just cut out certain parts of the movie. It felt like they tried to cram in so much into this movie rather than focusing on one main story. One thing I guess you're going to see a lot of is romance and drama in this movie, so it at least covers 2 of the genres. Comedy, I don't really get the whole comedy of this movie. There was a few funny moments in this movie, and by few I mean like less than 5 that I actually laughed, but I wouldn't consider this a comedy movie if I'm being completely honest. Maybe they just put comedy there just to add an extra genre. That's my guess personally. LOL. Is this a movie to recommend to anyone? Well, if you love Miley Cyrus, then I guess this is a movie for you to check out. It's a below average movie where there's no pull into watching this movie again. Very little memorable scenes that stood out to me. In the end, I'd have to give this movie a 4 out of 10. Oh Jesus! That's probably lenient of me. Damn. Well, Miley Cyrus fans, please don't kill me. On that note, the movie is accessible to watch, so if you're curious to ever watch this on your own, just search it up on Google. That's all I'm going to say.